I have officially signed an eviction notice for these guys. So, I have officially signed the eviction notice for the tomatoes. They needed to come outside and get in the ground. I think this next bed over, I may go ahead and plant some tomatoes as well. I haven't totally decided. I have a bunch of tomatoes and I have to go somewhere with them, and I can always go in the other garden bed where I have all my T-posts set up, but I'm thinking about doing a set of, I have 13 in this bed here, and I'm thinking about doing 13 here, 12 there, and the rest over. So we have an Ace 55 from Callie Kim, a Bosque Blue Bumblebee from Baker Creek, a Yellow Pear from Burpee, a Black Strawberry from Baker Creek. This is a Indigo Blue Chocolate from Baker Creek, the Spoon Tomato from Baker Creek. Now there's a couple of plants right there. None of them really looked good, so I figured I'd go ahead and put them, a kind of a cluster in, and then I would find the one that did the best and pull the rest. We have a Golden Jubilee that came from Callie Kim. We have a Black Beauty that came from Baker Creek. We have a Kellogg Breakfast that came from Baker Creek. A Cherokee Purple that came from Baker Creek. This is a beefsteak from Valley Green. This is a Sart. I don't know how to say this one. I'm not even sure I wrote that correctly. I'll have to find. It's like Rolosi. I don't know. It's from Baker Creek. And then we have another beefsteak. This is a Baker Creek. So there are the 13 tomatoes planted in this garden as of 5/10. Like I said, I signed an eviction notice. They're out of there. I came in, pulled weeds, planted, watered them in. I can't decide if I am going to, I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is stake them up with baling twine like I did last year. But I think if I plant this bed over here, let's zoom out from real quick so I can see what I'm doing. I think if I go ahead and plant this bed over here like I'm thinking about doing, I may come in with a cattle panel or a hog panel, probably a hog panel, and do that method just to try and see what I like best, because I have not done the cattle/hog panel method just yet. I need to go ahead and weed that bed, and I need to get to planting, so that's where we're at. My dogs just saw me come outside and now they're barking at me like they don't know who I am. Weirdos. Anyway, we're looking at peppers, not tomatoes. I got carried away with the dogs looking at me. Okay, so as you can see, I told you, I have signed the eviction notice and the tomatoes are going bye-bye. This is all the tomatoes that I have left. My father-in-law is going to take this outside row here. It's beefsteaks and a couple of Cherokee Purple, and a friend of mine is taking all the rest. I told them, you take the tomatoes, you take whatever's left, because I don't want any more. Let's see why. It has been raining, which is amazing, but it is making the weeds kind of take over, like majorly take over. I'm going to have to get out here and figure out something, but not today, because it is trying to rain. Okay, these are the tomatoes that are in that previous recording video, and I talked about planting this bed to tomatoes, but I have since decided I'm going to plant this particular bed out to peppers. So we're going to have the garlic, then we'll have tomatoes, peppers, tomatoes, peppers. That bed that's kind of eaten by. Okay. So, we have a black strawberry, a golden jubilee, indigo blue chocolate, yellow pear, a Bosque blue bumblebee, oops, my finger, an Ace 55, a Sart Roloise, a Black Beauty, Kellogg's breakfast, a beefsteak, a Cherokee, and a beefsteak. I'm telling you, all these weeds popped up overnight. We got a bunch of rain yesterday, which isn't a bad thing. I am not complaining. It's just, these weeds weren't here yesterday. Okay, I also got my Rosella tomatoes planted out. I kept 3 for myself. So we have one right here. We have one right here. He actually has a flower on him. This one is the 3rd one, and it wasn't doing so hot when I planted it out. And I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but it broke off. So I have a feeling he's done for. But I haven't pulled it just yet. These are spoon tomatoes. I need to get a stake and get them staked up. They actually didn't look so good when they were in the starter pots. Now, one thing about that is I left my stuff in the starter pots way too long. I should have had them planted out just a little bit sooner than what I have, but we are going to give them the best opportunity to survive that we can and see what happens. Finally, I planted these out as well. So this bed is going to be tomatoes and peppers. Right now, all I have planted in it are the tomatoes. So we have a Sart Roloise, I don't know how you pronounce it actually, a Black Beauty, an indigo blue chocolate, a black strawberry, and a yellow pear. So those are the tomatoes that I am planting out this year, and that's why all of those sitting up on my patio table are going to other homes. Initially, I had thought about putting them over where I put all those extras last year, where I planted like 46 tomatoes. They didn't do well because I didn't take care of them like I was supposed to, and I decided I was going to try my hand at these. I need to get out here with some baling twine. That's what the best luck I had, was the baling twine, not the garden string. But I need to get out here and get all of these clamped up, staked up, so that hopefully they'll go ahead and grow. We'll see what happens. Today is cooler than it has been. It's only supposed to be like 65 for a high, and it's not there yet. My only complaint about the rain, 2 complaints. One, I don't have a rain gauge, so I'm not sure how much rain we got because my rain gauge died. And the other is, I should have put on other shoes because now I have wet jeans.